Okay, this is we're back. So Troy Bond is a New York comic who I actually think is very funny, and he got into some controversy about 6 months ago, I'd say, and so he lost. He had a period where he was kind of went dark for a little bit, and he's coming back. And I know what happened. So I was just scrolling Instagram and I see this clip.
I came very close to killing myself after all the Charlie Kirk stuff that had happened. Very close. Would have been my fourth suicide attempt. Very, very, very close. I can't tell you why I didn't, but I felt just like you. I was like, my career's over. I've embarrassed everyone who works for me. I've embarrassed my family. The best way for me to rectify all this is to just end it so I don't cause any more strife for anyone else. And it's a very selfish way to look at things. Because if you're not going to love yourself, at least have respect for the people who love you. Because there are people out there who love you. And if you're saying there's not, you're not looking hard enough. Or maybe you're not looking at all, which is very scary to do anyway. But I guarantee you, no matter where you live, there's 10 other people who feel just like you do. And maybe if you talk to them about what you're feeling, you won't feel so alone, and neither will they. Then, when it comes time to die in your old age, you'll be surrounded by family and friends who went through it with you. I came very close to killing myself.
So I saw this and I was like, okay, like I kind of was like, it was weird to me because, it was weird to me because I don't know, like he tried to seem like he was trying to garner sympathy for being depressed after what happened with Charlie Kirk, and so, I'm like, what? Well, like, and I went to his podcast, Bonding with Troy Bond, which I appreciate the name of the podcast because it's not like bondage with Troy Bond. It's bonding. So he didn't do the sexual innuendo stuff that most comics do. So then I hear him.
Lake Michigan, look that up. I don't even think I could talk about that on this show without it getting demonetized. But we're run by an elitist cabal of pedophiles, some of whom you voted for and still stand by and support. Not the ones watching this show, I imagine, but if you are.
I guess.
And Trump supporters are welcome at my shows. Everyone is welcome at my show. Diversity is diversity in both ethnicity and thought. One have to do with the other. So I would never, unlike the people who tried to cancel me after I killed Charlie Kirk, I would never. You know what they did to me? They called the clubs I was performing at. That's why I went kind of MIA for a while. That's why Tori doesn't do bonding anymore, because the death threats that they were sending her made her so afraid that she didn't want to be around that toxicity anymore. And shame on you, you free speech, not understanding, incomprehensive cousin fucking Charlie Kirk dick riders who did that. And while on the subject, I do want to say,
they could have done something worse, Troy. They could have shot you in the neck like they did Charlie Kirk. Like, I don't know what this position. It's such a bad position. He's kind of comparing himself to Charlie, but like saying it's hypocritical to be sad about Charlie, but to cancel him. Dude, you're not getting your shows. You're not getting murdered. You're not being assassinated. You're getting your shows canceled.
When I said what I said about Charlie Kirk,
okay, that part is the most rich thing in the
dick
world.
riders who did that. And while on the subject, I do want to say, when I said what I said about Charlie Kirk, and I don't specifically remember what I said.
Well, you don't remember it. We got it right here, folks. God bless Grok. So these are his tweets. This is the day. This is when Charlie Kirk was murdered. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a big Charlie Kirk. I wasn't a big Charlie Kirk fan, and I'll be honest with you. This might be disgusting. When I heard he got shot, I was kind of excited because I wanted to see him get shot because I wasn't a fan. Because I think he'd get shot in like the arm or the leg. When I saw he was murdered, I was like, okay, that's awful, and I felt bad. So these are Troy Bond's tweets about Charlie Kirk. I wish Charlie Kirk a speedy recovery so I could see how he tries to blame this on trans people and blacks. That's okay. Okay, last thing I'll say is Charlie Kirk was a father and a husband, and that is absolutely tragic because he was also a giant piece of shit. Holy shit, I just saw the senseless killing of Charlie Kirk, and I do not care. No, but for real, I might believe in God because they shot him right in the throat, and that was God telling him to shut the fuck up. I wish I believed in heaven so I knew Charlie Kirk would not be going. I didn't realize how many Charlie Kirk dick riders still follow on. I'm almost tempted to drop 10 minutes I have on the whole situation on YouTube. Free speech, am I right? So he's like, I guess he's like, he's taking solace in that he's dead. He's happy that he's dead. He doesn't care that he got killed, even though he tweeted 5 times about it and now makes it his entire 5-minute opening of his podcast. So but he doesn't remember what he said. You know what you said.
I don't feel bad for it, but I'm beginning.
Yeah, you did. You wanted to commit suicide. You did feel bad for it. That was guilt.
To feel bad for Charlie because the evidence, and I don't like Candace Owens. I'm to feel bad for Charlie because the evidence, and I'm not.
Now you feel bad for him. A whole, what was it, 9 months after he was murdered? No, thanks, Troy.
I don't like.
A little late to the party, my friend.
A long shot. Like, if you support Candace Owens, we might not be on the same team. But even a broken clock is right twice a day. Candace Owens is a closeted lesbian, and
is that even true?
And loves to talk about how the Democratic Party uses black people as tokens, as if she's not.
They do.
Not being used for that exact same reason in the.
That's a fair point.
Republican Party, but what differs Candace from the rest is there's that guy Brylan Hollyhand or something that said he was going to be the new Charlie Kirk when Charlie died, and then that lasted for about 2 minutes because there won't be a new Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's whole thing was establishing family values and this old school Rush Limbaugh doctrine of conservatism to the youth. And that may have worked.
So I'm not really experienced about stuff like this. I'm assuming he's taking like depression medication and he's kind of like in the weird fog. That's what I'm assuming. I can't tell if that's true or not. But this is why the way he's acting, the way he's breathing pretty heavy, and he's like dry mouth and stuff. He has to be taking like Lexapro or something like that. I'm assuming, and he's like kind of like in that weird fugue state. So because he just rambles
in 2015 to 2022. But you're gonna be unable to indoctrinate Gen Z with those beliefs because Gen Z are a generation of empaths, of researchers, of understanders.
No, they're not. I'm a Gen Zer. I'm retarded. Most Gen Zers I think like Trump, and they liked Trump. But most Gen Zers I think they like Fuentes and all these people. Most Gen Zers are like Republican, I would assume.
You'll be able to get the millennials because
millennials are the exact opposite. But
millennials do know how to embrace the collective more than Gen Z does, and they've lived through all kinds of different political discourse. And millennials are a little.
Yeah, in New York, when you live in New York, yeah, of course that's maybe in New York, but like not in Tempe, not in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. I don't even know where. I'm trying to think of a city in Arkansas, but
closer
Little
to
Rock.
Being older.
No way.
That's like what happens with every celebrity in Hollywood. Like they get famous and then they get super Republican because they don't want to share their money with anyone else. Gen Z is a generation of leftists, not liberals, leftists. I vote Democrat every 4 years, and you think I want to? No, I'm voting for the lesser of two evils, and I, like a lot of other people my age, are waking up to the fact that voting for the lesser of two evils has gotten us nowhere. If you're like me, in 2016, I voted.
He's an empty shell, right? Look at him. He's like with. I mean, I don't want to be mean, but like this is like this to me seems like a Lexapro rant. He took some depression medication, and now he just he knows that now he's numb, but he wants to talk for like an hour and 15.
For Hillary Clinton, I was a staunch Bernie.
So so you think like okay, he feels bad for Charlie. You're beginning to feel bad. He had a set recently that I cannot find. So he has a set where this is a month ago.
And Twitter, and I used to take the bait when I killed Charlie Kirk a few months ago. Listen, if you know me, you know why I'm bringing it up. There's a reason. You can look at this room as half empty or half full. It depends on what your position is on gang violence. Okay. I always want to talk about this the right way because I never want anyone to think I'm celebrating his death. I'm not Erica Kirk.
That's a great joke. That is a phenomenal joke.
And I tell all these jokes knowing Charlie is looking up at me right now. and love him or hate him, Charlie Kirk jokes, much like Charlie Kirk, will never get old.
And a lot of people, that's their Superman, was Charlie Kirk. My Superman was Superman. I look at Superman, and Superman said, yeah, I don't fuck on the first date, that's punk rock. I said, that's my dog. Charlie Kirk said, quiet woman, and I'm supposed to defend that shit? When he died, I played the end of Phantom Menace like 15 times, the Duncan Parade. That was my shit. That was a bad day. If you were a Charlie Kirk Dick Rider and he died, that was a bad day to be me.
You're so depressed after the Charlie Kirk stuff, but you'll do like a 10-minute set on the guy, just making fun of him after he's dead. I mean, listen, that's something that I guess that's a way to take it. That's a way to deal with your depression, is to make do the thing that made you want to kill yourself. So let's continue.
You know what I mean, Gil?
Qui-Gon Jinn got cut in half in Phantom Menace.
Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul got cut in half. Oh shit, you're right. It was Darth Maul.
He got impaled, my bad.
He got impaled.
He died either fucking way.
Either way, he died. Glad we got that shit covered. Gil was here last night. You don't know, me and Gil go way back, like 23 hours. That's my dog. Every time Gil says some shit, I sit down and holler. Like, man, that's one time they ain't bigger man his dog. That's my dog, Gil.
He's talking about Troy.
Comedy brings people together, and sometimes you have opinions that you think are facts, and everyone you think will agree when you say some shit like Charlie Kirk is dead. Who cares? That's what I said.
No, you didn't.
I said some other
You did. You did, guys.
shit too. I don't really know. I think the first thing I said was, damn, them fingers is yeller. And the body wasn't even cold, and I was sending out tweets. And there was a woman in the crowd last night. Gil will attest to this. There's a woman right there. She went, fuck you. I don't like your Charlie Kirk joke. She was like 22, right? And there was another woman who was like in her late 60s. Like her grandparents owned my grandparents. And she was like, I didn't like your Charlie Kirk jokes, but keep going. Her name is Terry. Everyone from the South that's a little racist, his name's Terry. With an eye. Terry with an eye, big old titties. She makes her.
And also the code switching is kind of egregious. He's like, I wanted to commit suicide after Charlie Kirk stuff. Yo, I say some tweets about Charlie. I ain't gonna go into that.
Own butter. And Terry was like, let that shit rock. And the thing is like, if you made a joke about Charlie Kirk dying that first 2 weeks, they would have hung your ass. And that's
Hung your ass.
And then Erica went on a WWE tour.
And it's just
Charlie died and she came out like Michael Jackson. She was just like,
so it's just like it's just the same joke. So I mean, I hope he gets over that depression he's on. Again, like I hope
tour.
I hope he's not grieving too much.
Charlie died and she came out like Michael Jackson. She was just like,
so Troy, I hope you get over that depression, buddy. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. What happened? You thought your career is over. I hope this is the way. I hope you get over that depression.